Okay, so I live here now. That was the big surprise that I couldn't tell you guys about. As for the turbine, what was it for? Well, it's gonna go on the roof. You weirdos. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I live here now. Now, uh, I'll, I guess maybe I'll try to do the outside tour, but if it starts to rain, I'll have to go inside. So you can see the sun's sort of cooperating, sort of not. It's gonna be one of those days. So I'm moved out of my dad's place. We'll go up the top of the property. We'll start there. So I'm gonna miss living with my dad and stuff like that. The I'll try to visit as much as I can. You know, when you move away and you don't visit very often and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try to visit as often as I can. It'll be in a bit of an adjustment for me, but guys, don't worry. I'm pretty strong. I'll do okay on my own. You know what I mean? It's not like the first time I've been around on my own. And whenever I get a chance, I'll go visit my dad. You know, see how he's doing, stuff like that. But you know how it is when you move away and stuff like that. So that's the first thing I want to get out of right. So it's a big adjustment. I'm going to make it. So I'll start up here with the apple trees. This is the edge of the property here. Whoop, there's the sky for you. And yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. There's my dad's house in the background. Yeah, so he's about 300 feet away from me. So whenever I get a chance to go visit him, I will. Basically, this was my grandmother and grandfather's place. And my brother's been living here for about the past 10 years. It's actually not a bad view. Yeah. But the view from the house used to be a lot better because it wasn't as cluttered. So this is the fence line here. My grandmother's old light right there. Doesn't work any well. It doesn't work. I think we accidentally cut the cable, but it's used to have that yard light on all the time. So I've got it's rose bushes and raspberry briars right there. So that's kind of project number one here. I'll switch the camera angles. So I'll explain exactly what happened. I'm just going to double out. So yeah, there we go. So I'll give you the wider angle. So you can see that's got to all be cleared. I got to prune these apple trees this year because this is the year to do it. Not an apple left on that. There's one apple tree, yeah, right there. I don't know if that one's going to make it or not, but it might come back. It might come back. There's 3 trees there, basically. So there's the fence line there. There's the barns. Yeah, I can't see them either. So all this is going to get cleared out. This is the woodshed. I remember when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time here as a kid. I'll explain the whole house to you and why I took on this project and everything. I know me taking on projects, right? But it is different. So there's an apple tree or two in there. I know I planted as a kid by every time my cousin and I would finish an apple, we'd chalk it up there. There's another beautiful apple tree right there. So there's the house. We're going to go right around the house. Maybe we'll start with that. Just so you can see what I'm up against. And this is day 1. And guys, I want you to remember this video if you follow it at all. Because in 3 years, you are not going to believe what it's going to look like. I got huckleberry bush there. Oh, I'll be tangling those damn things. So that's the old woodshed, kind of dilapidated. Got to clean that out. So my brother was here for about 10 years. Okay, here's how it went. Okay, this house is basically 2 houses. The original house was over on the other side of the well, right where these cedars are. Right, so you can see all the mess here. There's apparently a family of skunks living under the step. And I'll tell you all about this brand and everything. It's going to be an ongoing project for sure. The house is rough. The house is very rough. Now, I'm renting. I didn't buy it, so yeah, my sister-in-law put all her plants in. Oh, she's got a cactus outside. I don't know if the cactus is supposed to be outside. I don't know about that. So, yeah, I'm going to be filling all this up. So you can see there's a lot of mess for me to deal with here, right? Yeah, so there's the eaves. I'm just gonna give you the quick for now. You're gonna see there's an oak tree here. This oak tree really grew. There's all the stuff has to be pruned and sheared. Thank God I got the tools to do it. There's a lilac bush there, a nice black walnut here. When I was a kid, none of this was here. just a tiny little rose bush. So that big tree there has got to come down. It's good and dead. But you can see all this here. So I'll give you the horror shot. Is the briars and the briars and the yeah, that's the rose bushes there. That rose bush was only made about 3 feet round when I was a kid, and it's kind of gotten out of the way. So this is what I gotta clean up. Yeah, it's not gonna take as long as you think. Yeah, there's asparagus in here. Holy crap! There's an asparagus. Okay, I gotta keep that. So I'm gonna trim the lower limbs of this. I like an oak tree, so I'm gonna leave the oak tree. Now, mind you, I can't just go cutting and slashing everything I want. We'll go down. Well, we'll go out to the road first because I don't own it. I'm just going to be renting, but I do have. I'm sure it's my aunt and uncle right beside me. My dad at the top. My other aunt and uncle. My aunt, my cousin. Oh, and my brother and sister-in-law and my nephew now live with me. Now, I'm not going to move in right away. It's all this has to go. When I was a kid, this was all my uncles and everything kept a ditch pretty good. And then my grandmother passed away 2012, 2013. My mom passed away in 2014. Right, God rest them. But yeah, so this, you can't even see the house from the road anymore, right? So I got to clear all this out right up to the bridge. I'll show you up to the bridge because, like, technically this is the Department of Highway, but they're not going to care if I do their job for them. But like all this stuff, I got to cut before it turns into trees, and it gets too, like some of the stuff near the power lines I won't be able to get unless I can pull it back. Maybe I'll pull some of it back with the tractor as I'm cutting it. I got to clear all this out. Okay, let's get back to it. The main properties, but I just want to show you what I'm up against, and I want you to really take a mental note of what this looks like. You're going to see the kind of work I do for my clients. I'll get stuff like this, and 3 years later, it does not look the same. I want you to keep the entire time of this project home and garden. Just keep thinking home and garden. You guys might not be able to see the potential I can see, but I can see it. I already see what it looks like finished, because I know what my capability. Like these trees here, I'm not sure what they are, but they got pretty big. And this side of the wire I can get for sure. I want to get it. I could probably get them all down. It's just gonna be tricky, because if you damage the wire, I'm not worried about getting electrocuted, but if you damage the wire, you got to pay for it. Right? That's thousands and thousands of dollars. And by thousands, I mean like 100,000 kind of dollars kind of thing. So you can see, what the hell? There's nothing on this side of the freaking. That is crazy. But I gotta trim this guy up pretty good. All the dead stuff. There's the lilac bush. That thing needs a pruning. There's 2 lilac bushes there. There's that one, and these cedars. Did these cedars ever grow? Holy crap! I can't believe how much. Oh, there's another lilac bush there. There's some more. There's a road coming in, but all that ditch was all kept, right? But my brother didn't have the tools to do it, right? The amount of growth in there is unbelievable. Like all these little Manitoba maples. There's the apple tree. This was a double apple tree. It's the best apple tree on the property. Property meaning the entire family land. And it definitely needs a severe pruning. It already broke in half a couple of years ago, and that's the remaining. My grandmother planted that many moons ago, God rest her. My grandmother had the knack of, she could just grab something, and she had a complete green thumb. Plus she was Irish, right? Yeah, so all this has got to be cleaned out so we can bridge. See, my aunt and uncle used to sit, God rest my uncle, used to sit up on the swings up there. Yeah, I can't see them either, but just on the other side of that brush right there is the hill. And I want to clear a nice line so she can see that, and I can see that, and I'll have to trim all this stuff here to so I can see what I'm gonna see. And I want to take this back to the tree line there because it's just coming in this way too much. The raspberry briars, well, this is where my grandfather had the garden of gardens. Now it's all full of goldenrod and raspberry briars. I like to keep some raspberry briars, but I'm gonna clean all that. But we'll do the barn tour a little bit later. You guys have kind of seen the barns in the videos and stuff like that. I do have to get a ladder out of here, but I got all this is getting thrown in like crazy. My brother couldn't keep up to it at all, and because he just didn't have the tools, right? So there's the granary. Yeah, I could barely see it, but there's a shed right there, and that's the one I'm most interested in saving. I don't know, it's just kind of like an icon of the family. So all these trees and everything, that's all going. That's all going. There's a ladder I gotta grab out of here. So I might as well do it now while I'm here. But you see, I got I got a good security system. It's called trees. Can you break in? No, you can't even get in. Hang on, I'm just gonna get this. We'll tour the barns on a later date, but for now, I just need that ladder. I know I saw it in here. Okay, need to make that open a bit. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here. I might actually fall over or something. But there was a ladder in here that I needed. I know I've seen it somewhere. I'm pretty sure I've seen it in here. Well, we'll do the house tour in a second. I gotta clean all this out too. Where the hell did the ladder go? I was sure I saw a ladder in here. I was like, because I remember going, oh great, there's a ladder. Oh, unless it's in the other one. Because I'm gonna need it to get the all this foam and stuff. Got all this junk in here. Just gotta get tossed out. Just gotta toss everything out. See, everybody. My uncle put a whole bunch of insulation here. I don't know what he did that for. Like put it right in front of the door. Like at least put it off to the side. You know. But all this I gotta clean out. I gotta clean a spot for my other uncle's four-wheeler. My aunt was asking me if I, you know. She was saying she wanted to do that, and my aunt can't do stuff like that, so it's like, yeah, I'll do it for you. Don't worry. You don't worry about a thing. It's just day one. I'm going to have to take like a gazillion pictures. It's going to be about a 3-year project, estimating. Because remember, I got to work for a living too, right? So, plus I got to get all my stuff down here. But we'll go to the house now. And, yeah, so that's the property, basically. And yeah, I'll pause it here and then we'll go into the house.